Appel reacts to their rescue. The two women from Hawaii who say they were lost at sea had an emergency beacon on the ship that was not activated during their roughly 5 months at sea. A Coast Guard spokeswoman tells CNN. The mariners, Jennifer Appel and Tasha Fuiava, had one EPIRB emergency position indicating radio beacon on board, which was properly registered. Coast Guard Petty Officer 2nd Class Tara Molle told CNN. The emergency beacon, which is found on many vessels, is used to alert rescue locations around the world in the event of an emergency by transmitting a coded message on the 406 MHz distress frequency via satellite and Earth stations to the nearest rescue coordination center. According to EPIRB. Jennifer Appel, Wright, and Tasha Fuiava, crew members of the USS Ashland. Molle told CNN that, as far as we know, the EPIRB on their sailboat was working properly. I can't speculate as to why they wouldn't have activated it. CNN tried to contact the hotel where the women are staying in Okinawa, but were told that the hotel's confidentiality rules don't allow them to put any calls through to them or leave a message. CNN has attempted to contact the women via email but have so far not received a response. The Associated Press first reported that questions were being asked about certain aspects of their account. 5-month Odyssey Appel and Fuiava, along with their 2 dogs, were found last week, drifting about 900 miles southeast of Japan. The women say their journey was derailed by ferocious storms, multiple shark attacks and a breakdown in vital equipment such as their engine, mast and communication devices. The women say they lost their only mobile phone on day 1 of the trip. We didn't have our hand radio and our radio telephone wasn't working. And also our Iridium satellite phone was not working. Appel told CNN. They're dependent on the antenna. And when the antenna went out, everything went out. After being spotted by a Taiwanese fishing boat, which contacted the U.S. Coast Guard in Guam, the 2 sailors were rescued by the U.S. Navy and brought to the Japanese island prefecture of Okinawa on the USS Ashland. Appel told the U.S. Navy that they had survived thanks to 2 water purifiers, one of which failed, and over a year's worth of food, mostly dry goods such as oatmeal, pasta and rice on the boat. To add to the 2 women's woes, Fuiava was a complete novice, who started this trip without knowing anything about sailing, saying she didn't even know what a jib was before departing. Storm that never happened. Further confusion about the 2 women's story also arose when they claimed to have been battered by a strong storm at the beginning of their months at sea. The 2 women say they set out from Hawaii on May 3rd. And the transcript of their interview with the Navy quotes Appel as saying that, on the first night they encountered a Force 11 storm, which they battled for the following 2 nights and 3 days. However, Norman Way, a National Weather Service meteorologist in Honolulu, told CNN there were no organized storm systems near the Hawaiian Islands on the dates of May 3, 2017 or the few days afterward. Appel told the Navy that 4 days after the storm abated, the spreader, a part of the ship's mast and sail apparatus, broke. Towards the end of the first month, they say heavy rainfall disabled the starter on the boat's engine. Thwarted rescue. 2 women claimed they were close to being rescued October 1 when they made contact with officials on Wake Island, a tiny U.S. territory in the middle of the Pacific. After they came within 2 miles of the shore, we actually managed to get a hold of someone. We let them know that we'd been drifting for 5 months and we needed assistance, Appel said, and they responded. They said, if we could get to the entrance to the harbor, that they would help us. But we were on the north side of the island, and the entrance to the harbor is on the south side of the island, and the swell and the wind were pushing us west. CNN has attempted to contact authorities on the island but has not received a response. Appel and Fuiava say they learned a lot from their doomed adventure at sea. If they take another trip, they say they will take 3 of everything, in case of mechanical failures.